Hello everyone, I'm Sameena Manasawala. I am a psychologist and I head the nurturing domain at Kaveri Gifted Education and Research Center, Pune. And we're doing a series of webinar on giftedness. And today I have invited Dipti, who is a parent of a gifted child. She's been a homeschooler. She's also been a teacher. So she's really going to share her experiences from both sides of the table with us today. So Dipti, welcome
Thank
to
you.
this talk. And could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank you, Sameena, for giving me this opportunity. And I have been in touch with Kaveri since last 6 years. And I'm feeling very delighted. I'm very happy while talking with you in this platform. My son Eshaan is 13 years old now. He was a homeschooler from first to sixth standard. And I was a lecturer in college for 2 years. Then I worked at few coaching classes. I started my own coaching classes and worked at Akshanandan School for 1.5 years in Pune. And currently I'm a homemaker.
Wonderful. Okay. Let's begin a little bit at the start. So when Eshaan was young, what did you notice about him that was different?
He was very curious. He wanted to know each and everything. I will give you few examples. He learned many things by himself. We didn't show him Marathi Barakhadi, like ka, ki, ki. We only showed him like alphabets, a, e, e. And one day he read whole line from newspaper. And that time we realized that he could read. Second thing I remember about him, that he learned Roman digits by only observing nameplates from his classroom. And he asked me that how to write zero in Roman. Then he asked many unique questions like why soaps have different colors, and when we rub it or we use it, where does it go? Then why they are wasting color so much? That I had no answers that time.
So it sounds like Eshaan was curious. He asked many and unusual questions. Like how many times you hear a kid say, where does the color of the soap go when you use it, right? And I'm sure as a parent, you felt excited and also challenged by those questions,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. And how did you arrive at this decision of homeschooling?
His teacher told me that she cannot handle him and you should seek a child psychiatrist. Something is different. He is very active and I don't know how to control him in a class. So we consult a psychiatrist and done IQ test. The doctor told us that he needs some challenging work. He needs some more challenging work. And that's why we homeschooled him, because school was unable to provide him such an environment. School gave us permission to appear for second standard and third standard exam while he was in first standard. He scored very well in that exam, but going by rule, school could not promote him in a higher class. Then I shifted to new school where he appeared for third standard and fifth standard exam. And again, he scored very well. At that time, he was in third standard. But same thing happened again. And then I decided to homeschool him. From first to third standard, he appeared exams only. He didn't go to school, but he appeared only for exam. And from third standard to up to sixth standard, he was a true homeschooler.
Oh, yes. Sounds like it must have been very frustrating, right? With the school at the beginning.
Yeah, very frustrating. No one could understand what was I'm trying to say
about Eshaan, right?
About Eshaan. Because no one is homeschooler there. There were 3 schools in our colony up to 12th standard, and Eshaan was a single homeschooler child.
Right. And also, this is like you're saying that such few, or where you were staying, in fact, there was no other homeschooler there. So it might have been a big decision.
Yes.
And yeah, and considering, in India, our extended family is so involved and, everybody becomes a part of the decision. How, did you communicate this decision with others?
In the beginning, I was used to explain it to everyone. What is gifted kid? What does it mean? But slowly, I started neglecting all of them because it takes few years to prove that I was right.
So
It
can
needs
you
lot of patience.
lot of patience, right? And so you're saying that, it takes a few years to prove that you were right. Now it's been a few years, right? So what different do you see in Eshaan?
Mm, Ishan is a very social guy. He knows Marathi, Hindi, and English as well. And he explored many things due to homeschooling. He is a voracious reader due to homeschooling only. And he can study himself.
So you never had to help him with.
Different methods of study.
Can you tell us more about those different methods?
He read chapter by himself. He Google it. He watches different videos. He take down notes, and he has his own opinions about each subject.
And since when did he start studying like this or learning like this?
From third standard.
Since you really started homeschooling him?
Yes, yes. I never taught him by sitting at one place. I rarely taught him like this. By taking textbooks and notebooks. I use textbooks only as a guide, as a reference book. I planned various activities for him. We used to do gardening, and many times I taught him while doing household chores.
Okay. Like, can you share an example with us?
I used to make rotis in the in the morning, and Ishan recites tables. Ishan used to tell me different stories. Even now, we used to hear many audiobooks while doing household chores. At night also, he always hear various audiobooks and then sleep. So
So you're
we are
saying,
listening and hearing various things, different
right.
different subjects.
So you're saying that because Eshaan was homeschooled, he had a lot of time to explore many interest areas. He had a lot of time to really read a lot, and also learn from just everyday things that are going around him.
Yes, we planned our timetable according to his wish. So
Wow,
he
nothing
gets
like
more
that, right?
freedom.
For a child.
He gets more freedom due to homeschooling. We had no tension of exams and syllabus and no targets. He
And
could learn at his pace.
right, right. So, the freedom to choose what you want to do, to learn at your pace. I think these are so important, especially for gifted kids, right? Because their pace is different than most other kids. Their interest levels change, or then they dive deep into one and they only want to do that, right? And then there's another set of kids who have diverse interests. They want to do this, they want to play a sport, they want to do chess, they want to also read, so, and Eshaan is like that, right? With
Yes,
diverse
Ishan used
interests.
to go for karate, then chess, then music. He is doing music class now only.
Even now, right, right, right. I was wondering, homeschooling is a big decision, like we said. uh, did you ever feel that, he might lose out on some experiences that school gives?
No, because he used to go for many classes and he gets children of his age. He can mingle with him.
Okay, okay. So the social skills that, often parents come up with this question, right? What about social skills? How will my child learn how to talk with other kids or share? So I guess you're saying that because of his diverse interests in the classes, he was able to learn that.
Yes, able to learn.
Oh, um,
School
what
is
you
not required for being social.
right, but from what you described, Dipti, making a schedule, involving him in all these activities, it's a lot on you, right, as a parent.
Yes, but I enjoyed a lot. I learned many things due to Ishan.
So, what are the things that you learned out of being a homeschooler?
Mm, we cannot fit children into one mold. Every child is different, and every child must get customized syllabus or different things according to his wish or his choice.
Hmm.
But in a school, we cannot provide
Hmm.
40 students in a class or 50 students in a class, and how can teacher provide
Right.
everyone different syllabus? So that's why I homeschooled Ishan.
Because you really wanted to give him what he needs, what he wants.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Uh, yeah, and I must say that is a courageous decision. That's a great decision for Ishan at that time. I remember we had met when Ishan was 5 years.
Yes.
Uh, and it was absolutely wonderful to hear from you your journey. And over the years, I've seen that, unfold. Interestingly, now Ishan is in mainstream school, right?
Yes.
So how was that?
Ishan expressed his wish that he wanted to go to school. So one thing I made clear that school should not be marks oriented. So I took admission for Ishan in Aksharnandan School, Pune, which is Marathi medium experimental school. And this year he is in one center where they has their own facilitators and they have their own curriculum. Uh, but that is English medium and they
Mhm.
follow Cambridge syllabus.
So what made you
Homeschooler
come
to
back to mainstream?
homeschooler to Marathi medium school and Marathi medium to now Cambridge. He explored a lot.
Mm,
And he told me that he wanted to explore many things.
okay, okay. So and it looks like you've still not gone back to the traditional system. So there is a little bit more flexibility, and he can still pursue his interest areas even in the current school system that
Get
he is in.
freedom.
He
Freedom.
has the freedom. Right, right, right. Uh, because of this COVID times, a lot of parents have approached us because they've noticed how their kids are actually learning or not learning enough in school because, they get to watch the online classes going on. And especially for kids who are gifted and high ability, we have a lot of parents who come to us contemplating homeschooling, but are not sure. Uh, any suggestions from your end for them?
Mm, if parents want to do homeschooling, it's I like parents like homeschooler parents very much.
Okay.
Uh, I'm sure they will enjoy very much, but it takes time.
Mhm.
Things cannot happen in 1 month or 3 months or within 6 months. It will take time. So be patient and give freedom, give them responsibility of their decisions, their choices, and do homeschooling without tension.
Okay. Dipti, what are some of the resources or support you required as a homeschooler?
You can use textbooks as a guide. You can use any curriculum, and Google is there for your help always. And according to the child's wish, you can send them to different classes, music
Mhm.
class, karate and chess. You can take different tutors, help of different tutors if you need for subjects. Like I cannot teach him maths uh, after 8th standard, so I enrolled him in that center where he can study maths very well. So you
Okay.
can take help.
Mhm. And you might need to, right, for specific
Yes,
subjects or
yes,
for the
yes.
diverse interests that the child shows. Um, Dipti, I also remember that, as a homeschooler, you did some workshops or some programs that really
Yes,
impacted your community and neighborhood.
yes,
Can you
yes.
share a little bit about that?
Yes, I used to take workshops, different workshops. There were different themes. I took some workshops like 3 days, some for 10 days. I used to make science toys. Sometimes I took fireless cooking, then how to fold t-shirt, how to put all the things on proper places. Small things
Mhm.
children should learn that school cannot provide him. Schools are bounded by books, textbooks, and syllabus, and questions and answers. So I used to take lot of different things. We watched movies,
Okay.
different movies, history, stories.
And I'm wondering how did this workshop thing start, right? Because it started after you started homeschooling Eshaan.
Eshaan appeared for third and fifth standard exam. As I told you before, and
Mm.
he scored very well in both the exams. So parents were curious, ki, how could homeschooler can score, and he got one gold medal in from
Okay.
school in maths Olympiad. And parents were very curious to know about me and about Eshaan, and many parents started coming to my home, and some of my friends suggested me that you should start classes.
Mm.
So I was taking parents workshops also.
Okay.
Parents came to me and told me that
Mhm.
we wanted to learn from you.
Right. So, and how did this, impact your homeschooling journey?
Oh, Ishan got many friends. I got
Mhm.
many friends,
Mhm.
and Ishan got a chance to be more social.
Right. And I mean, from my end, I would really say that is so wonderful, right? Because if a parent decides to be a homeschooler, it also gave you an opportunity to contribute and impact other lives, right? So there were many other kids that were also getting that creative environment for learning that you were giving Ishan. Parents got support. I also know you called in resource people from outside the
Yes,
town to
yes,
come and do lectures
lecture.
for them. So a homeschooler's journey is really like it extends yourself, right? It's not only about being a parent, but it's being a part of the community and even contributing to that.
Got many friends and support due to Ishan,
Right. Because of being a homeschooler, right?
homeschooler.
Right. Such a wonderful journey, Dipti. Um, anything that, parents have a lot of fears, right? That if what will happen to my child when they come to board exams, right? If I homeschool my kid, or how do they come back to mainstream? Like Ishan is still not in mainstream school, right? You've still chosen some alternative schools for him. What do you think about?
It is very easy for homeschoolers. It is more easy for homeschooler to appear for board exam
Mm.
because they have their own answers in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
They do not need. Then sorry, Samina. It is very easy for homeschoolers, or it is more easy for homeschoolers to appear for board exams because they have their own answers. They need not mug up the answers, or they do not need to write from textbooks
Mm-hmm.
if they are true homeschoolers.
Right. But if they've not given exams for so many years, do you think the kids will be able to perform in that kind
Yes,
of atmosphere?
if you practice, you can. Ishan didn't face much challenge in school, or
Okay.
he is giving exams now.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't face any challenge as per my knowledge.
Wonderful. And that's possible because I think sometimes we all, as parents, just come from assumptions, right? We worry a lot and we feel, yeah,
Slow but steady. Slow
slow but steady.
steady.
Like you said earlier, I'd give them time to transition, give them time to, get used to new systems. great.
And if they face challenge, it's okay. It's absolutely okay.
Mm. Where do you see yourself next? You've explored homeschooling, you've explored teaching.
Currently, I'm doing MA in psychology.
Mhm.
I want to become a counselor.
Oh.
I want to spend time with kids, more kids. Now
Mm.
Eshaan is a bigger guy and he don't need me a
He
lot.
does- right. That's so wonderful.
Sameena, extend.
So Dipti, before we leave, one last question. Uh, these are not decisions that a lot of parents make. Okay, especially in India, the homeschooling community is very small. So I'm wondering, what gave you the courage and what keeps you going on this journey of choosing, these alternative new things for your for your child.
I tend to recall one incident when we visited Belur Mutt in Kolkata. There one Swamiji told me that he is one soul in your custody. And that thought I carved on my mind. And I remember this sentence in every dealing with him, that he is one soul in my custody.
That's so
Not
beautiful.
my,
Yeah,
not my property.
it's not your property. Absolutely. That's such a beautiful message, right? So as parents, we really need to remember that children are not our property, but they're really souls that we are nurturing, supporting, and therefore freedom and giving them choice. These are some of the things which are so important.
And one more thing I want to tell, that homeschooler must watch a video from YouTube, Do
Mhm.
Flowers Fly? I
Oh,
like that video very much.
oh, thank
Whenever,
you.
whenever I felt like depression, or I used to watch that video, Do Flowers
Wonderful.
Fly.
So we'll make sure that we put the link in our, caption on this video. So Do Flowers Fly is a recommendation that, Dipti is making for any parents who are contemplating homeschooler, or even as a parent. Uh, it will be nice if you all can watch this video. So thank you, Dipti, so much for spending time today with us and sharing your journey. And I really hope that you finish your education and, join us on this other side to support many more parents and children. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks a lot.